reporting live from the liquor store. How's everybody doing today, man? It's Monday. It's gonna be a long ass work week, but we're gonna talk about some numbers today, man. You come to me. I'm the stat guy. I'm the numbers guy, and that's what we're gonna talk about today in the liquor store, man. So come on in, pour you up some hen, and we're gonna chop it up about this Dallas Cowboy content, man. So really, what happened today, man? Jalen Hurts reset the entire market at the quarterback position. He became the league's highest paid player ever. So it got me thinking about our players, guys that got contracts coming up, what the landscape is going to look like. And I try to keep everybody that rocks with me well informed about the landscape of the NFL, the landscape of these different markets. So we're going to talk about Dak Prescott's upcoming contract, how the Jalen Hurts contract affected that. We're going to talk about CeeDee Lamb's impending contract. There's some things that are being reported supposed to happen very soon in terms of his money. So we're going to chop it up about that, man. Hey, Jameson Taylor, what's up with you, my boy? I see you coming over showing love. I appreciate you. I thank you for tapping in. So, hey, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, man, I need everybody to go ahead, hit the like button, hit the share button, and hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. And right now we're at 703. So y'all definitely have been helping the channel grow. I appreciate y'all love and y'all support. But yeah, we're gonna keep pushing. Also, if y'all are trying to participate in the raffle, it's $5 per entry. All you gotta do is send a cash app, send $5 to the cash app, $ Hennythemoor, and you'll get an entry for a chance to win a Dallas Cowboy jersey or the winner's choice. You can send as many times as you want. The only thing I ask is that you only send while I'm live so we can be very transparent about what's going on. Hey, too broke to pay attention. I see you, my boy. Brian Kite, Double R. I appreciate y'all for tapping into the liquor store and showing love, my guys. So, yeah, man. So, without further ado, though, y'all rock with me long enough so y'all know the spiel. So, let's just jump right into it. So we all witnessed Jalen Hurts getting a king's ransom at the quarterback position. He signed a contract for $255 million with over $170 million in guarantees. So he is now the highest paid player in league history, highest paid quarterback in league history. So he has made that bread. Eastside Hero coming in with the lies again. It said it's official. Jalen Hurts is definitely better than Dink and Dak. Money talks. Well, money does talk, and Dak Prescott is finna get an extension that exceeds Jalen Hurts. So you're right. Money does talk. And when Dak Prescott makes about $52 million a year, you're gonna also see that money talks. Hey, Cowboy Fan 95, what's good with you, my boy? I appreciate you. Desmond Ironman, what's up with you, my guy? I appreciate you for tapping in with me. So let's just go ahead and take a look at the numbers. So let's just take a look at the numbers. So this is something very interesting I want to point out to you. Despite the fact that he signed a contract that is about $51 million a year annually, he's going to have a very cap friendly contract for the first 4 years, for the next 4 years, I should say. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is Adam Schefter showing you the breakdown of Jalen Hurts' money for the next 4 years. So these are his cap hits. I am not sure about the validity of some of these cap numbers, but this is what being reported by Adam Schefter. Of course, he was on a rookie deal, so 2023 he's only going to make $6.15 million, and then this is going to be the first year of the contract. So the first year of that deal is only going to be $13.56 million against the cap. The very next year is going to be $21.77 million against the cap. And then the year after is only going to be $31.7 million against the cap. So while it is true that Jalen Hurts is making $51 million annually, his cap hits for at least the next couple of years are going to be very team friendly. And, it's very similar to what happened with Dak Prescott. As we all know, even though he was making, quote unquote was a $40 million a year quarterback, he has never cost the Dallas Cowboys $40 million against the cap. The first year Prescott deal was 17 million. The year after was 19 million. This is the third year of the deal. He's only going to make about 25 million dollars because of the restructure. So that is the beauty of being able to get these extensions done with quarterbacks. So you saw that even though he got his contract, he got the guarantees that he wanted. He reset the market in guarantees and APY. Because they went ahead and got the extension done, they were able to move the cap hits around over the course of those 5 years. So yes, it's going to be a much higher cap hits on the back end of this contract. But because of the extension and their ability to give him money up front in the form of a signing bonus, they were able to mitigate these cap hits. Hey, Regina Green, what's up with you? JC Cowboy Network, what's good? I see y'all. I appreciate y'all for tapping into the liquor store. And also remember, if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, you will get a discount of all items in the store. So if you're trying to use your discount, go ahead, find your Eagles fan, slap their ass expeditiously, and do so while supplies still last. We got bottles of Eagles tears in. We still got hen, gin, whatever you want to help you sin. See, but yes, so it made perfect sense to do this. You can say that Jalen Hurts maybe is not the quarterback you would have invested in long term, but the idea of paying the quarterback early as soon as possible is always a good idea, because you still have Joe Burrow that's going to get paid. You still have Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, hell, even Dak Prescott is coming back up for an extension. So you may think it's the wrong player to have enumerated, but as you see by these cap numbers, they did the wise thing by them, because it's only going up from here. Joe Burrow probably gonna get 52. Justin Herbert probably gonna get 53. Lamar Jackson probably get 55. Hell, Dak, ain't no telling what Dak money be. He might make 52, 53. But you beat that spike in the market by going ahead and getting it done early, and they did that. So I have nothing bad to say about the idea about it. If anything, you can only argue, that you can only argue though that they might have chosen the wrong player to give that kind of money to. So with that said, we already know that Dak Prescott is going to get enumerated pretty soon. There was thoughts about the deal getting done this offseason that did not come to fruition. Instead, they just gave him a restructure. But let's just take a look at the landscape now. Just to show you how the market is probably going to change. So I already got this loaded up and pulled in. I'm just going to share the screen with you. Hey, what's up with you, Joe? I see you, my guy. I appreciate you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. All right. So as y'all can see, y'all should be able to see anyway, these are the highest paid quarterbacks at the position right now. And this is just going off of annual money average, right? So Jalen Hurts is right at the top. He's getting $51 million a year. Aaron Rodgers is right behind at $50 million. Russell Wilson is right behind at 48.5. Kyler Murray is making 46.1. Deshaun Watson is making 46. And if you just do the average of these contracts, right? Because that's usually how you get the franchise tag. If you go 51 plus 50.2 plus 48.5 plus 46.1 plus 46, that's about 241.8. You divide that by 5. So you're looking at a franchise tag in theory that could get up to about $48 million. So as of right now, there's a possibility of a franchise tag at some point being about $48 million. Hey, what's up with you, T Smooth? I appreciate you tapping in and showing love to the channel. As a Cowboy fan, I'm not worried about any team this season, period. Cowboys look great for this upcoming season with the moves they have made. I'm definitely confident in our ability to beat teams. I'm definitely confident in our roster, so I agree with you. No matter what goes on, we still have, a loaded roster. We added, a very dynamic wide receiver in Brandon Cooks. We were able to move Michael Gallup back to a natural position of being the third wide receiver. And, we should be healthy at the offensive line. So we should be good offensively. And we were able to retain Tony Pollard. So we have some guys that can make plays for us on the offense. So I definitely think we should be ready for this upcoming season. But yeah, so the top five guys, that's averaging out about $48 million, right? And there are other things to determine, the franchise tag. At some points, it can be the top five average, the highest five averaged out for contracts. So about 48 million right now. So that would be the floor for quarterbacks. So that's right there should be the floor for quarterbacks right now. So odds are, Dak Prescott is only making about $40 million a year. He's not even in the top five highest players right now. And there are guys on that list he has outperformed, like Kyler Murray. Like there's plenty of guys who have been enumerated and making much more money that are less successful than Dak Prescott. So when it's time for him to come back to the table, he's gonna get paid, man. And it was a foregone conclusion of him getting a contract before with just what the things he done, over the course of his last extension. He did set the franchise record in passing touchdowns for a season. He did move to number 2 all time in passing touchdowns in franchise history. He was the first quarterback to win a road playoff game in the last 30 years. So he has a lot of things going for him. He had a nice little resume, since getting his extension. So he's earned his money. So we know pretty much around what about ballpark that will be now. He's either going to get $48 million on the low end, or he's going to reset the market and surpass Jalen Hurts in APY. He might get $52 million a year. Might exceed him in guaranteed money and try to get 180, right? But he'll have to beat Jalen Hurts in some metric in order for the deal to work, I believe. Now there's like a 2% chance he takes a team friendly deal, but I highly doubt that happens, because the reason that Dak Prescott did not take a 5-year deal or a 6-year deal was so when the TV money kicked in, he can get back to get another slice of the pie, so to speak. So he took a 4-year deal. He's going to be back up for another extension, and that's how they planned it out from the beginning. So I highly doubt he actually takes a team friendly deal. So you're looking at $48 million on the low end, about $53 million annually if you want to beat Jalen Hurts in that aspect, or you could bump him up to $180 million in guarantees. You want to beat him in that aspect, because usually you can get a deal done either by resetting the market in one area or both areas. It may not take both to get it done, since Dak Prescott has already been enumerated once, but I can definitely see Dak Prescott wanting a pay raise, because we got way too many guys making around the same amount of money as him. There's no way that Daniel Jones has a contract right now he can make more money than Dak Prescott, not with his body of work. Oh, hey, shout out to, let me see this name on here. Let me see this name on here too. I forgot to announce this one. Yeah, shout out to S.A. Richburg for the $50 donation. I appreciate you. That got you 10 entries into the raffle. As it stands right now, Regina Green has the most entries with 20. Dwayne Brown has the second most entries with 16. Then DC for Life and now S.A. Richburg both have 10. So I appreciate y'all for participating in the raffle, and I thank y'all for supporting the channel. JC said nothing much. Hey, I'm gonna holler at you, Jameson. I appreciate you for tapping in with me, boy. I hope you feel better, brother. But yeah, when you just look at it from their perspective, that can be probably what you expect from Dak Prescott. You average out the guys ahead of him at the top 5. That's about $48 million. When you look at what Jalen Hurts got, he would need to at least make $52 million, APY or make about 175, 180 in guarantees. So just look for Dak Prescott to reset the market. I know there's some people that are not as high on Prescott as I am. I definitely think he's a good enough quarterback to win us a Super Bowl. And the market is what the market is, man. And we should learn from our mistakes. The last time we waited to pay Dak Prescott, the market ballooned over $10 million because we could have signed him for about 28 to 30 million at one point. Instead, we try to make him take a below market value deal. We got caught up in negotiations for the next 2 years, and we ended up paying him $40 million annually. So the Dallas Cowboys have done nothing but lose money on these deals consistently. They have consistently lost money on these deals with the way that they've done it. So, with that said, just go ahead and get the man a contract. You have no other options. And because of the way that his contract is currently set up, he's going to make $59.4 million in 2024. She said she didn't really do it for the drawing. Hey, well, we appreciate the love anyway, Miss Green. You definitely be helping out. And I appreciate all y'all for y'all support, man. I know some of y'all don't have it to give, but if you can share the content, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe. There are all different kind of ways to support the channel, and I do appreciate y'all. And the raffle is really for y'all, man. I want to be able to give back because y'all been supporting the hell out of me. So I always want to give people opportunities to get something nice. And hey, the raffle been going great. So we're gonna keep doing them. We're gonna do one every month. And like I said, we're gonna do jerseys a couple more times. And then when they finally release the Cowboys tickets for sale, we'll raffle off a Dallas Cowboys ticket. It'll probably be to a home game. So I appreciate y'all. I really do. Hey, I know JC, the support is real, man. I definitely appreciate them for everything they do. So yeah, with that said about Dak Prescott, we figured, we knew we were gonna have to pay him. No, that's enough, right? So here's something interesting, and this is actually an article from Mike Fisher. I'm gonna read you some of this article from Mike Fisher, and we're gonna rock. We're gonna rock just like that. And this one is actually about CD Lamb, who was somebody else that is coming up for an extension. Hey, what's up with us, over? I appreciate you for tapping in. Hey, DC for life. I see you, my boy. I appreciate you. All right. So this is an article from Mike Fisher, and this is going to be in regards to CD Lamb's fifth-year option. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I do want to read you this. All right. So the first part of this to talk about possible extensions, but this is the really important one. The Dallas Cowboys will exercise Lamb's fifth-year option, having until May 1st to do it. Assuming it does happen, Lamb will earn roughly $18 million for the 2024 season. The parties can continue to negotiate, but as times move on, one can expect his eventual APY number to be north of the current salary for top-tier receivers in the league. It is a juggling act for teams and players. Lamb, the next Cowboy in line to get the bag, but Trayvon Diggs and Michael Parsons are due for new deals as well in the near future. So, pretty much what they're saying. Like, they are going to... Let's see. So yeah, for this, Keystone said he doesn't think that the Cowboys will extend Dak. I'm on the other side of that fence, especially with the way that the contract is set up. Because not extending Dak is going to do a lot of damage to your potentially re-signing these other guys. So we'll see how that falls, but I do think that they will get an extension done with Dak Prescott. They sort of gonna have to hold his feet to the fire. I mean, he really can hold their feet to the fire, I should say, because hell, I don't know what you do about him because you can't cut him with the dead cap, can't trade him, can't tag him. So I don't know what their options are outside of giving him an extension. But yeah, but as for CD Lamb though, as you know, he is on a rookie deal, and normally, this will be the last year of his contract. This is year 4, but because he was a first round pick, the Dallas Cowboys have an option to pick up an extra year on his contract. This extra year is going to be worth about $18 million. So this is cool actually because they can pick that up and still work out an extension with him. But they have until May 1st to do so. I do expect that to happen because they're going to need a lot more time to get an extension done with CD Lamb. Hopefully, they don't drag their feet on the matter because, as we know, the longer that we wait, the higher these contracts become. There are plenty of other there are plenty of other wide receivers that are going to be coming up soon to get paid. You think a guy like Justin Jefferson. You look at guys like Chase is coming up pretty soon. Right, I believe after this year, Chase is eligible for a contract extension. Even though he has not played up to the other guys' level, even Jerry Jeudy is a guy that is looking to get paid. Devontae Smith's looking to get paid pretty soon. So when you look around the league, there are a ton of very talented young wide receivers that are going to be coming up to get paid pretty soon. My only suggestion to the Dallas Cowboys is to not drag their feet on this contract as well, because it's the same thing with the quarterback market. The wide receiver market is going to bloom as well. The more young guys that come up for contracts. Matter of fact, let's take a current look at the wide receiver market. I'm gonna share the screen. I got that pulled up. Shit, everybody wants a Super Bowl ring, but everybody wants money too. I ain't gonna lie to you. And listen, I want you all to remember this: NFL players are in a union. An NFL player is never going to take a team friendly deal on their first contract if they can help it. All the top guys are pushing for the other ones to reset the market. So when it's time for them to get paid, they can reset the market as well. So there ain't nobody finna be taking a team friendly deal anytime soon. The players association is not going for that. So yeah, everybody wants to win a Super Bowl, but the young kids are trying to get set for life. And then when you look around the league, there are guys that are never going to get the opportunity to do so. These are contractors reserved for the top players in the league, which CD Lamb is. He's an all pro wide receiver, so he's going to get paid. He going to get that bag regardless. All right. But let's take a look at the wide receiver market real quick. All right. So this is the current wide receiver market. Right now, Devontae Adams has the biggest contract in total value. He's getting $140 million overall. Tyreek Hill is the one making the most money APY. He's making about $30 million a year. And then DK Metcalf got the most money at time of signing with 30 million. So this is the current layout of the wide receiver market. One of these is going to have to get reset when CeeDee Lamb signs his contract. When it's time for him to sign a contract, he's going to either have to make a little bit over $140 million a year, or he's going to have to make about $31-32 million annually. And that's the way that you reset the market. Those are the numbers that you're going to be after you looking at. So for CeeDee Lamb, you need to be looking at him to make about 140, 150, 145, $150 million annually, or about $32-33 million, APY. Those are usually the numbers to look at. Sometimes the total guarantee also comes into play, because guaranteed at the time of signing, that's a whole different ball game. Tyreek Hill making 52 is going to make $52 million the moment he signed the contract, right? Stephon Diggs 47.9, guaranteed at the time of signing. So CeeDee Lamb, maybe you don't have to reset it, in terms of overall value, but you damn sure gonna probably have to reset it, and guaranteed at the time of signing. So something has to give. Hey, what's up with you, Joshua Fisher? He said, give my health back out there and run the ball. Take about 20 years back off too. I would do for $2 million a year, as high as everything is getting. Better make it $3 million a year. Hey, I feel you with that, DC for life. I definitely feel you with that, my brother. But Keystone, why you feel like we ain't gonna extend that? You just put the comment in the chat. It's, I don't know why this shit is not letting you comment on my live, which is weird as hell. I would have been happy that I made it to the NFL carrying 10 people on my back down the field. Shit, I know that's right. But hey, times are changing, man. The more money that the NFL makes, the more money the players expect to make as well. So yeah, I can definitely see a deal like that for CeeDee Lamb, and it makes perfect sense too. And the beautiful thing about it, Dallas Cowboys do not have to overcomplicate it. They do not have to overcomplicate it at all, because you want CeeDee Lamb. He is your best player. He just made an All-Pro team. He has already set several passing records. Like, he has the most yards and touchdowns after 3 years of any Dallas Cowboy wide receiver in their first 3 seasons. So you should enumerate him as such. You should pay him as such. And you have no reason not to. There's no other offensive player outside of your quarterback that even needs to be paid right now. Right? Michael Gallup already got paid when he probably shouldn't have. Right? Brandon Cooks is already on a contract for the next 2 years. Jalen Tolbert is on a rookie deal. So there's nobody pressing that you have to sign at the wide receiver position, or on the offense for that matter. You say Tony Pollard, but listen, if you draft Bijan Robinson or Jameer Gibbs, you don't even have to give Tony Pollard money after this year. You can let him walk. So it's just really going to depend, on the layout of the land. But in terms of guys that need to get paid, CeeDee Lamb is at the top of that list. Because without CeeDee Lamb, you can't even ask Dak Prescott to be Dak Prescott, because he needs somebody to throw the damn ball to. So the only thing I pray the Dallas Cowboys do is that they do not, bid against themselves. I hope that they do not complicate the matter. You need CeeDee Lamb. He's the best wide receiver you got. He already made an All-Pro team. Get it done early. Because if he has another monster season, he makes another All Pro selection. There is no way in hell that he will not reset the market when it's time to pay him. Joe said everyone is saying that Jalen Hurts deserves that money because he took Philadelphia to the Super Bowl. So how you figure that Dak should make more than him since he hasn't taken us to the Super Bowl? Well, this is the beautiful thing about it. Because when Joe Burrow gets paid, he will have had a better resume than Jalen Hurts, right? But Justin Herbert is also going to get paid, and Justin Herbert has never won a playoff game. Matter of fact, Justin Herbert is going to make over $50 million a year, and he is a quarterback that suffered one of the biggest come from behind losses in NFL history. He was the quarterback that helped surrender a 26-point lead in a playoff game. So, and he's going to get paid. So, the market is what the market is. And I also want to point out that even though they went to a Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts did not have this monster stat line in any game that he played outside of the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he went crazy. Like all three of his postseason passing touchdowns came in the Super Bowl. No, they had a very good team. They have a very good running game, which he is a part of. They had a very stout defense at times, and they did not play, really tough competition in the playoffs. The Giants is a team that has not beaten, that Dak Prescott has not lost to since 2016. And then they played Josh Johnson the next round, who is a professional player who's been on 15 different professional teams. So, no shade, but, it was not the toughest road to Super Bowl. And while he did play well in the Super Bowl, he did lose. So, and besides, nobody gets paid just off of one Super Bowl appearance, right? It's not really how that works. They see potential in him, and he's gonna get paid because of that. Just like the front office sees potential in Dak Prescott. He's won a lot of games. He put up a lot of good numbers. He did help us win a playoff game this year. So of course they're going to enumerate him for that. But yeah, I definitely see why Dak Prescott should get paid. But it's a bad argument. Anybody saying that Dak Prescott shouldn't get paid because he hasn't taken his team to a Super Bowl just don't know football. They have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Cuzzo's live. I just want to see if signing a quarterback makes it hard to fill out a team, or is it just Dallas? Hey man, it's just Dallas. We already seen that. Everybody else and their mama sign their players all the time, and they are able to keep good quality playmakers around them. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up with you, Dwayne Brown? I appreciate you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, my guy. All right, and there's 23 people in here right now, so I might as well get the full update on the standings in the raffle. As you know, Regina Green has 20. She has the most and the best odds of winning the Dallas Cowboy jersey. Dwayne Brown has 16 entries. He has the second best odds. DC for Life and S.A. Richburg both have 10 entries, so they have the third best odds. All right, then let's see. Donald Holmes has 9 entries. All right, Michael Autry has 8. It's Too Easy has 8. Michael McQuay has 7. And let me see. Antonio Cole has 6. Let me see. My eyes are bad. Y'all bear with me. My eyes bad as hell. Marquetta has 5. And then Freight Train has 4. Keystone has 4. Starter Kick Duke has 4. Let me see. Michael Lockhart has 3. Corey Williams has 3. Cowboys Fan 95 has 3. King G has 2. The Original People has 2. Action Pal has 2. Tupac with a Mohawk has 2. Let me see. JC Cowboy Network has 2. Jeffrey has 2. And then Lewis Winslow has one. Khalil Parson has one. Taiwan has one. Texas T has one. Desmond Ironman has one. So that's the full update on the raffle right now. If y'all want to increase your odds of winning the Dallas Cowboy jersey, all you got to do is send $5 to the Cash App, which is Hennythemoor. And I appreciate all y'all for participating. And I will draw the winner on the 25th. So you have up till 25th to get your entries in if you want to participate. So yeah, so I definitely can see a scenario where Dak Prescott gets paid soon. I could also see a scenario where CeeDee Lamb gets paid soon. You know, they have until March the 1st to, pick up his 5th-year option, which I feel that they will. It gives them more leverage and more wiggle room in trying to get the extension done. So I can definitely see that happening sooner than later. But yeah, we talked about the numbers. What do y'all feel? And matter of fact, who do y'all feel need to get paid first? Because we talked about Dak and CeeDee Lamb. We didn't talk about Trayvon Diggs just yet. And that's something that I actually want to monitor first. You know what I mean? Because there's a good possibility that Trayvon Diggs, who is in the last year of his contract, could hold out. And if he did so, I couldn't blame him. He's a all pro and a multi-time Pro Bowler who's only going to make about $2 million against the cap. Yeah, Bruce. Yeah, and this the thing. Like, you don't really have much of an option besides trying to pay Trayvon Diggs right now. We talked about Dak Prescott, who is probably the most important player on the team because he is the quarterback. You talk about CeeDee Lamb, who's your best wide receiver, your all-pro weapon on the offensive side of the ball. But Trayvon Diggs, he has proven to be one of the best cornerbacks in the National Football League. And just to show you why he might hold out, I'm just going to show you how much money he's supposed to make this year, and then how much money he could possibly lose out on if he got hurt playing this year. Right, so I don't want to be fully, transparent on what's the hell going on with the Trayvon Diggs, situation. Before people try to crucify the boy for making a business decision. Because I promise you, shoe on the other foot, I don't think I think y'all will ponder holding out too. All right. So this is just a cap breakdown of Trayvon Diggs' contract. Because Trayvon Diggs was a 2nd-round pick, he was only going to make $6 million over the life of that deal. So let me get that pulled up to show you. All right. So yeah, so it was a deal. Yeah, it's a deal with a base salary of about $6.9 million. This cap hit this year is only going to be about 4.8. So that's about the amount of money he's going to make. $4.8 million if he plays this year. And I can understand y'all saying, well, that's pretty decent money. Well, to put that into perspective, Anthony Brown, who none of y'all think is a good cornerback, made about $6 million last year. So the guy that is his secondary cornerback made more money than him last year than he would have made this year. And when you look at the kind of money that he is expected to lose out on if he gets hurt, hold on. Wasn't trying to do that. It's not trying. They wasn't trying to cooperate with me. Let me show you his market value. So hold on. I'm gonna pull this back up. Y'all bear with me while I try to get this pulled up. Hey, appreciate you, Brian Kai. Yeah, like my boy said, man. Y'all make sure to hit that like button. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me at the liquor store. Yeah, just bear with me 1 second. I'll try to get this pulled up. Cornerbacks salaries. All right, boom. All right, I found what I was looking for. The Cowboys need to do right by all their players, man. There's no reason to bid against yourself when you can just get the contract done and eventually save money on it by doing it faster. All right. So right now, this is the cornerback market. Gerard Alexander makes the most money yearly at $21 million. Denzel Ward makes 20.1. Ramsey makes 20. Marlon Humphrey makes 19.5. And Marshawn Lattimore makes 19.4. As it stands right now, Trayvon Diggs has played better than all 5 of these corners that are paid in him this last year. Like, because Jalen Ramsey was not the same player last year. He played better than Denzel Ward and Gerard Alexander. Humphrey definitely played better than Lattimore. So he has a very good case of trying to reset the market the moment. So let's say that he doesn't even get paid the same amount as they do. Let's say that he is in line. Yeah, let's say that he is in line to reset the market. So this entirely different money. So let's say that he wants to reset the market and he wants to either get $22 million, which will reset the APY. He'd be the highest paid in APY, or he want more fully guarantees than anybody. Well, fully guaranteed money, Denzel Ward is beating everybody out. He got $44.5 million fully guaranteed. If you just talk about total value, it's also Denzel Ward who has a total value on a contract of $100 million. So there's a good chance that Trayvon Diggs could be $100 million cornerback when he gets his extension, but he could risk all that. Trying to play for $4 million. So if he gets hurt and he's not the same player afterwards, the Dallas Cowboys he can lose like $90 million. There's a chance of him losing $90 million, by going out there and getting hurt and not getting a chance to get a contract. So I didn't want to put that into perspective. Yes, if he plays, he'll make $4.8 million, but the market says that he's pretty set to make $100 million when he gets his contract. So it's the $4 million right now or the $100 million later. That's what you got to put into perspective. Yeah, Diggs definitely affected the game more than people know. You better knock on wood. I'm looking around for some stuff. Yeah, don't worry. I knocked on wood right there. We definitely do not want, anything to happen to the Diggs. He is a key contributor to the defense. He is definitely one of the leaders on that defense, one of the better players in the National Football League, and we damn sure need him. So, I don't want this to get to no contentious. I need the Dallas Cowboys to do right by Diggs. Go ahead and extend him to give him that peace of mind. And really, if you go ahead and extend him, you beat everybody else. I don't necessarily know the other cornerbacks that are coming up for deals, but, Trayvon Diggs is definitely one that deserves the money he's making. And you should enumerate him. You should pay him as soon as possible. That's just the right thing to do at this point. And I mean, the man has led the league in interceptions since he came into the league. He made an All-Pro selection, made two Pro Bowl selections. He's earned his money, and he's only getting better every year because he's a guy that converted from a wide receiver to play corner just in college. So he hadn't even been playing cornerback that long. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the National Football League. You know what I mean? So, yeah, pay him, let him develop, and you'll have a dog for the next 5-6 years. You should extend Diggs and keep him for the remainder of his prime. That would be the most ideal thing. Give him as much money as you want to give him. Give him an extension for as long as you think he can play, and just call it a day. No, I know most players with smart agents, they usually shoot for about 4 year deals, 5 years at the most, because they want the opportunity to get a second contract. He also led the league in not being targeted. You're right about that. Teams were not trying to go after Trayvon Diggs. And really, that is also why, at the time of Anthony Brown's injury, he was the most targeted cornerback in the National Football League. They were doing everything in their power not to throw away Trayvon Diggs. And, we saw the emergence of the Ron Bland. They weren't trying to throw away him either. So he got picked on a lot because, he was he was the best option to throw it. You don't want to throw it at Diggs. You damn sure don't want to throw it at Bland with the way he was getting, at the rate he was getting his hands on the ball. I can't wait to see what Gilmore teaches him too. Yeah, man. Like I'm very excited. With the fact that we added Gilmore, we got a defensive back that's a former defensive player of the year, which is rare as hell. It's hard as hell to get a defensive player of the year award, and you're not a pass rusher. You know what I mean? Like, they love the guys to get sacks, but they really make it hard for defensive backs. Hell, even the Red Reavers didn't win Defensive Player of the Year. So that says something about how well that Stephon Gilmore was playing, and he was still one of the highest rated cornerbacks in the league last year. Diggs got an interception against the Colts. The Gilmore got a pick from the Cowboys in that game. So what that mean? Cowboys have a badass corners. Yeah. And listen, the Dallas Cowboys on paper had the best cornerback room in the National Football League. When you look at a guy like Trayvon Diggs, who was an All-Pro, you got Stephon Gilmore, former Defensive Player of the Year. Deron Bland had 5 interceptions last year. So you have one of the best tandems of corners in the National Football League, just based on past production. Yeah, Brian Kaiser got to throw it somewhere, and somebody gonna get an interception. Somebody gonna get a pick. Oh yeah, I definitely can see teams having a hard time moving the ball against us. Yeah, matter of fact, Trayvon Diggs won that game for us with his tackles. With the way that he tackled, he won that game for us. And I find it funny. They say that he cannot tackle, but they waited for the year where he had his best season as a tackler to say it. Chris Johnson said he late to the liquor store. What time we close? Hey man, we stay open as long as humanly possible, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta give Cowboys fan time to get drunk on their content. You gotta give them time to find Eagles fan to slap to get their discount. So we try to keep our doors open as long as humanly possible, man. But I appreciate you for tapping in, Chris Johnson, showing love to the liquor store. I just need you to like, share. If you ain't joined the channel yet, brother, please hit the subscribe button. And hey, if you want to join in the raffle, it's $5. You can send $5 to $Hennythemoor, and you'll get a chance to win a Dallas Cowboy jersey of your choosing if you win. So if you want to participate, you can do so. But liking, sharing, subscribing is support as well. So I appreciate you. But yeah. But no, we got a good secondary in general. Okay, we were just talking about the corners. I'm high on our safeties too. I always say that Donovan Wilson and Jaron Kearse, should have been All-Pro players back-to-back seasons, because Jaron Kearse was definitely playing at an All-Pro level in 2021, and Donovan Wilson played at an All-Pro level in 2022. So when you add them in and you factor in how solid Malik Hooker has been, like, we got a very good secondary. And there was times in the past, where safety was a real big issue on this team. And you can't really say that for the past couple of years. We had some great safety play. Long gone are the days we had Xavier Woods, or we had Jeff Heath, JJ Wilcox, all these different other guys we threw back there when we didn't value the safety position. Now we got safeties out there playing more than some of our linebackers, man. So it's a beautiful transition. To finally get what we've been asking and hoping for. So yeah, we went from one of the worst safety rooms in the league to one of the best. You gotta love it, and it shows on the field, man. Can them boys be everywhere, especially with as much big nickel as they play. They all get their fair shots of getting some playing time and making some plays for us. Say in the ground. What's in the ground, Dwayne Brown? What you talk about, my guy? I might have been late to see the comment. So yo, we talked about the cap. You know who all needs to get paid, what the market looks like. Well, y'all got any questions? We're moving on to the Q&A part of the show. Y'all got questions, I got answers. So, let's talk numbers. What y'all trying to talk about? Got any concerns, schematic wise? Any players you're still eyeing that the Dallas Cowboys can add? Any guys you want us to draft? So let's talk about it. I said we already did our main coursework. We done did our math. We done added everything up. So now, hey, it's like study hall now. Y'all can chat, chop it up. We kicking it now. Oh, he said we had to throw in the ground because ain't nobody gonna be open. Hell yeah, yeah, definitely. And listen, we're gonna talk about the secondary. We're not even factoring in the fact, that we got a great pass rush too with Michael Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, Sam Williams, Dorrance Armstrong. We got like a litany of pass rushers. So there's gonna be a beautiful marriage. So we got guys that can get home, right, make it easier for the secondary. But we also got guys in the secondary that can hold their coverage for long enough for the pass rush to get there. So that's going to be a perfect marriage, the front end and the back end, marriaging your pass rush to your coverage. It's going to be a beautiful thing moving forward this season. I actually think we'll have a better pass defense this upcoming year. I definitely think we have a better pass defense this upcoming year. So questions, go ahead, man. I want to get y'all thoughts on some stuff, man. Whatever y'all want to ask, there's no such thing as a dumb question. No such thing as a dumb question, because I'm sure going to answer it for you. Questions. Go ahead, put them in the chat box, man. Or you think we're going with the 26th pick? Man, what I hope they do, and what I think they'll do, is two totally different things. I hope that they address offensive line or maybe get a wide receiver. I'll be fine with either one of those. Hell, I'll even take defensive tackle. What I think that they might do is draft a damn tight end. I don't want that to happen, but they're talking about tight end entirely too much. And then it's a rotation of different tight ends. They talk about Dalton Kincaid. They talk about Darnell Wright. They're talking about, Darnell Washington. They're talking about the board from Notre Dame. So like they've been very tight end centric, with their talk. So I don't like that. What's going on with T.Y. Hilton? I'm so glad you asked that, so over it. So there was a report that T.Y. Hilton was not a priority for the Dallas Cowboys to sign. Right. They said that Anthony Brown would be a guy, that would come back before T.Y. Hilton. And, I can understand why they said that. They brought in wide receiver depth. They're probably going to draft another wide receiver in the draft. It may not even be a top 100 wide receiver, but I can see a guy like Trey Palmer getting drafted in the 4th or the 5th round and fitting in Dallas. So, yeah, I definitely could see that. See a scenario where Anthony Brown comes back before T.Y. Hilton, because that's what they said at their mouths in the last report I read. Do you think Darnell Wright is the one? I don't know. I'm saying it depends on how the Dallas Cowboys see him. If they see him as a legit left tackle and not a right, then I think there's a better chance of him getting drafted. But he's not a guy that's played a whole lot at the left tackle position. He found a lot of success at right tackle. So it's really going to depend on how they view him. If they view him as a left tackle, I think that they wouldn't mind taking him. Also, I think that Terrence Steele is too good just to move on from him. So I definitely don't think if they see him as a right tackle at the next level that he gets drafted to us. I won't mind if we draft tight end as long as we get a good old lineman in the second or third. Need to see the whole draft before grading the first pick. Well, the reason that I don't want tight end is because the track record at tight end in the first round. Because over the last 10 years, none of the first round tight ends have panned out at all. You know what I mean? Um, you look at a guy like Kyle Pitts. They drafted him as a tight end. He don't even play tight end no more. He's taking more career snaps at wide receiver than tight end. OJ Howard has been on a bunch of teams. Hayden Hurst is on like his fifth team right now. You know, you just go down the list of all these tight ends drafted in the first round. Like they don't ever, turn out to be this Gronkowski or Travis Kelce kind of tight end. All those guys usually get taken in like the third and fourth round. So everybody that they say is a generational juggernaut never pans out. I have a feeling why they really not bringing Ty back, but I'm going to keep that to myself. No, you can share it with the class. We ain't tripping. Why draft? We had Callaway on the practice squad. He can ball out. Well, this is the thing. The same way that they're going to probably draft a quarterback in like the fifth or sixth round, maybe even later, they're going to still draft a wide receiver. Because Mike McCarthy is going to run an offense that's predicated on the usage of wide receivers. That what you've seen in his past. Oh, even in Green Bay, even though he did have an inline tight end, they weren't really featured in that offense like that. When he won the Super Bowl, he had 4 wide receivers. He had 4 really good wide receivers. And then you look at Brian Schottenheimer's scheme, he wasn't using the tight ends either. Why you think Zeke hasn't signed anywhere? Well, there's a bunch of things behind that. Teams probably aren't really going to try to sign a running back, until after the draft, right? Then they'll know their options. So, after the draft, there might be a team that didn't get the running back they wanted. They can sign Ezekiel Elliott instead. But with the way that they view the running back position right now, I think they're gonna get these kids into the league first, test them out, and then I can foresee Ezekiel Elliott signing a contract after that. But, I don't think there's any rush in signing a running back. It was a very, very, very deep running back class. They like to keep the running back market cheap. So that's why I think he hasn't signed yet. Timing. If he's going to sign, it's going to be after the draft. So double R, weak link is that old line. Yeah, I can definitely see that. And listen, I would prefer getting a first round offensive lineman. I'm very big on Pierce Johnson Jr. I know there's no way in hell he falls to the Dallas Cowboys, but I like him. I like Broderick Jones. There's some guys in this draft that I really, really like on the offensive line. They can come in and contribute day one. Improve. And listen. Say yes to Wayne Brown. That's why Cowboys have to get to the Super Bowl this season or next. Yeah, but we are getting younger at the offensive line. I know one draft pick, and I think we're set at offensive line for at least next 3 years. I don't think Zach Martin is going to retire. I think Zach Martin got like 4 years left. I think you really just need to get a tackle to replace Tyron Smith. And then I think you'll be set there. Unless you see Tyler Smith as your left tackle, then you just need to get you another guard. But I see Tyler Biadasz staying. I don't think he's gonna have a big market. Tyler Smith has 4 years left because he was a first round pick. Chris Johnson, hey, don't come in here and put that witchcraft on me. Don't put that voodoo on me, Ricky Bobby. Because man, Josh Ball is not, man. Josh Ball ain't that good. Matter of fact, man. I forget the boy's name that outplayed him in the preseason. But he wasn't even the best. Man, look, I do not like Josh Ball as a player. The one time they gave this boy a shot, he gave up a pressure and a hit instantly. Yeah, see, Avante Collins is a guy I thought thoroughly outplayed Josh Ball. Thoroughly outplayed Josh Ball. Joe said Josh Ball couldn't block his grandma on crutches. Good Lord, that's bad. But you're not lying. Tyler Smith is overrated. Well, that's how you feel, Eastside. That's how you feel. I ain't too much worried about it. We all know the truth. Even deep down, you got Freaky Man on your profile picture. I know you know the truth. Stephen Harrison, what's up with you, my guy? I appreciate you for coming into the liquor store and showing love to the establishment. If you slap the shit out of Eagles fan, man, you get half off on items in the store, right? But yeah, he up there with the Roofie King, his profile picture, talk about people overrated. That entire franchise overrated. Y'all keep putting y'all questions in, man. We're gonna rock with y'all a little bit longer. I'm gonna keep rocking with y'all a little bit longer, man. Texas picking up Cowboys rejects. Shit, yeah, y'all the off-brand Cowboys. I don't know why you're surprised about that. Y'all already off-brand Cowboys. Who do I want? I have a couple of guys I will sleep just fine if we drafted from multiple different positions. You know what I'm saying? I'm the kind of guy that's flexible. I can see scenarios where I'm happy with an offensive lineman. I can see scenarios. Only one player. Well, let me see. One player. One player. One player. One player. I would be fine with Osiris Torrance, guard, Florida. Now he's like my third rated offensive lineman in the draft, but the guys ahead of him are actually tackles. Perry Johnson Jr. I got ahead of him, and then Jones from Georgia I got ahead of him. Well, my overall lineman, I think he's third, and I think he's going to be the one that's there. So I would take Osiris Torrance. My pet cat at 26. Now that's different. That's entirely different. If we're talking about the player that I like the most, is Perry Johnson Jr. I just don't think he'll fall there. But I got guys at multiple positions I'll be fine with. If we're talking offensive lineman, I think Perry Johnson Jr. is him. If we're talking running back, I definitely would take Bijan Robinson if he fell to number 26. I don't give a damn. They talk about they want to run the damn ball. They need some runners. Yep. Osiris, and look, I think Osiris Torrance is the best guard. I think he's better than Stephen Miller. Hey, shout out to Stephen Harrison for the $10 donation, my boy. They got you 2 entries into the raffle. So let me go ahead and update everybody real quick. Let me update you. All right, Stephen Harrison. All right, so you got 2 entries, my guy. So hey, just like that, You double your odds of winning a jersey. You had no odds. Now you got two entries in there. So remember, it only takes one entry to get you qualified to win the jersey. Only takes one entry to get you qualified to win the jersey. So I appreciate you for participating. Hey, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you a lot. So yeah, so Bijan Robinson, I wouldn't mind taking him. I really wouldn't mind taking Gibbs either with his ability at the backfield as a route runner, 4.3 speed, home run ability. I do like Gibbs a lot too. Really, man, it's realistically there's only like a handful of players that I would not be happy with. You know what I'm saying? There's only a handful that I would not be happy with. Like any tight end, I would be pissed. Any tight end, I'd be pissed. Any quarterback, if they did something fugazi like draft a quarterback, I would be pissed. I definitely think that Jalen Tolbert will shine with Big Mike calling the plays. He's a guy that has very good game speed. He does have a pretty decent catch radius because he's about 6'2" and a quarter, 6'3". Ran a 4.4 at the combine. So I think, because you're just going to be running a bunch of in-breaking routes. You're going to be running away from the coverage. It's going to be quick. It's going to be quick hitting routes designed to get the ball into the wide receiver's hands. So yes, I could see it. I could definitely see Jalen Tolbert having an impact. Fihoko, I have no idea. He has some issues getting separation. And then for Turpin, you know, as the gadget guy, I just want him to have a couple of design plays to go to him. He doesn't even have to be a guy to get the ball every game, but I would like to see him on a jailbreak screen. I would like to see him maybe run a route out the backfield. I'd like to see him get a jet sweep or get a handoff. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I wouldn't mind any of that. But it's just going to be about the offensive philosophy, about what they want to do at that position. It's going to be all about the offensive philosophy. Now, I could definitely see a scenario where all those guys get some burn. I could also see a scenario where only Jalen Tolbert, gets an opportunity because we draft somebody. I've heard rumors that Mike McCarthy was smitten on Trey Palmer. If Bijan gone before 10th pick, Philly taking Gibbs. If not, they will trade up after they pick 10th to get him. It's a possibility. I definitely think that running back is a need for them, especially with the way that they run their offense. It is predicated on the ability to run the ball, play action, read option. You need runners for that. Right now, who they have, Penny, is a guy that cannot consistently stay healthy. And they lost Miles Sanders, who was a Pro Bowl running back in that system with them. So they need to give Jalen Hurts a running mate. So I could definitely see a scenario where they go after one of these top running backs in the draft. I can also see a scenario where they go get another wide receiver though. You just paid your quarterback. You need to make him look good. Because you paid him all this money. You might want to slow down on running him 11 times a game. So we shall see. So they might get another wide receiver. They might surprise us again. Get a guy like Quentin Johnson or somebody. You never know. But hell, he's paid now. He got pretty friendly cap hits for the next 4 seasons. So they can add a wide receiver, sign who they need to sign. So you never know with the Philadelphia Eagles. They might go defensive line because they got ran all over in the Super Bowl. Right? They might be trying to fortify their one weakness. They might be trying to fortify their offense with a running back. It's really hit or miss with them. I have no idea what they'll do. But, the Philadelphia Eagles don't necessarily have the best track record as drafters. So, we'll see. Hopefully they make a mistake and we can get some pristine talent. Is it Simi ran a 4.3 right at 6'4", something like that. I think he might have ran a 4.3 his pro day or something along those lines. But there's also a difference in between game speed and running around and shambles. He doesn't look that fast on the field. I know at least on end breaking routes, his speed might all be straight line. But I think he needs to improve his change of direction. He does have some issues, getting separation at the top of his break. Even though he runs a 4.3, I don't think that he has, good stop and stop and go. You know what I mean? But yeah, you might be able to find something for Simeon to do. It's just at this later of a stage in his development, he's gonna have to show something, right? Because and there's opportunities. Because look, I don't think Michael Gallup's going to be here long term. You know what I mean? Like he's your highest paid wide receiver right now. Nobody in the world think Michael Gallup is the best wide receiver. Nobody in the world thinks he's the best wide receiver. Hey, hold that thought. All right, I'm back, y'all. I thought I had heard something. He said Regina Green being the fair. What she done did, kinfolk? What she done did, kinfolk? Run feds at the liquor store. I don't think they know why we paid. I don't know why we paid that boy over keeping Amari Cooper. It didn't make any sense, and we were much better off with. We were much better off with Amari. He was fully healthy. No, and listen, even though he only had 800 something yards, it was still more than what Michael Gallup gave you. So I don't know. They could have did a much better job of replacing Amari Cooper. They could have did a much better job of replacing Amari Cooper. He said, "Run the feds. Where the feds at?" Front office said Torrance, Quentin Johnson, or Gills first, Sidney Brown, safety second, third round, Sam Laporta. Yeah, get all those guys over Kincaid. I definitely do agree with you on that. I pray to Gallup. Hey, and this is the beautiful thing about it, Dwayne Brown. I pray that he has a better season, but he has no choice but to have a better season. The Dallas Cowboys have an out inside of his contract. So if he does not produce, his ass is not going to be a Dallas Cowboy come 2024. So Michael Gallup is in a position where he's probably going to be playing for his job right now. So I hope he can go out there and do it. But if not, they got a guy on the team that they expect to replace him with, and they could draft a guy that can, replace him. So they have options. They have options over Michael Gallup. I'm pretty sure they would much rather get younger and cheaper and healthier wide receiver if he's not going to live up to the contract that they gave him. And it may not be fair. We know injuries are part of the game. You can't blame him for getting injured. It's not something that he went out there to try and do. But when you're the front office and you're looking at player evaluation, availability is most of the time the best ability to have. Yeah, trading Amari Cooper for a bag of chips is the worst thing the Dallas Cowboys could have did. If they had turned Amari Cooper into a second round pick, we're talking differently. We're talking differently about it because you got some value out of him. Because if you had got more for Amari Cooper in the trade and you did a better job of replacing him instead of just giving Michael Gallup some money, you went out there and you maybe retained Cedric Wilson. Maybe went out there and tried to get another wide receiver that were actually healthy. Then I think we're looking at that trade differently. So it wasn't more so because they like players in Dallas come and go. You know what I mean? They come and go. But if you're gonna get rid of one of my best players, you need to replace him with something of equal value. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you go into the car dealership, you know what I'm saying, and you trade in your you trade in your Altima. You know what I'm saying? You got like a 2018 Altima you're trading in. You know, you don't want to get a 2014 Honda Civic. You know what I mean? Like that's you're going backwards. You're going backwards. So if you trade in your car, you know what I'm saying, you trade in your 2018, you know, you might be trying to jump into a 2020. Or you might be trying to get a 2018 of a better model vehicle or something. But you know, you're not trying to go backwards. And that's what the Dallas Cowboys did. You know, they went backwards. Has anyone seen the schedule for this season? I know we played, just not the dates and the weeks. They have not released that yet. I do not believe they're going to release that until July, which is around when the tickets go on sale. Also, remember, continue to support the raffles. When tickets go on sale, I will buy a Dallas Cowboy ticket and raffle that off as well. I just got to make sure every other raffle goes well. But we will be raffling off a Dallas Cowboy jersey a Dallas Cowboy ticket when tickets go on sale. So just keep supporting the shows, keep supporting the raffles, and we're gonna make that happen for y'all for supporting the show like that. We appreciate y'all. Swain, what's up with you, my boy? I appreciate you for coming over and showing love to the channel, my guy. Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. Hey, anytime, Double R. Anytime, my guy. Anytime. But yeah, I don't necessarily, believe he said past the fifth. Shit, you get one for free. You find your Eagles fan to slap the shit out of. We find you get one for free. You gotta get your hands strong. Make full contact when you smack them. But hell, you can get one. Hey, my boy landlord tapping in with me. Tyler, hey, there's no such thing as being late, man. There's no such thing as being late. Hey, we still open, we still rocking. So like, here you can participate. So yeah, I definitely think there were better options, than letting Amari Cooper go for a bag of chips. But we'll have to rectify that at this point. Yeah, he had 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns in Cleveland. And it was never the fact that Amari Cooper was not a good player. It was the fact that Amari Cooper was not receiving adequate targets within our offense. Landlord, we're going to pray the opposite prayer, my boy. We're going to pray the opposite prayer because I've been getting the inkling it might be a tight end as well. I'm getting the inkling it might be a tight end as well. But, we're going to pray the opposite prayer. I hope somebody else overreaches and drafts him before. Hey, Brian, Kyle, you going to the draft, ain't you? Cause yeah, we all three was all going to be there in the building. And listen, landlord, I would take anything. I would take anything over a damn tight end and a quarterback, right? Tight end and quarterback is the only thing that will make me go up there and get arrested. So, for the sake of my wife, who's going to have to drive 8 or 9 hours to bail me out of jail if the Dallas Cowboys do something stupid, just pray that they don't. Just pray that they don't. Because I'll take O-line, D-line, wide receiver, corner. I'll take anything over a damn tight end. And that's not even a knock on him as a talent. Because, all these guys, have some kind of talent. And, I think that they could be, pretty decent with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott likes throwing the tight ends. He gets the most out of all the tight ends he plays with. But I also think that Dak Prescott could probably have the same production with the guys already on the team. You know what I mean? We saw Dak Prescott, and he got what he got out of Schultz. Schultz was top 5 in production at his position the last 2 years as a 4th round pick. You know what I mean? So I see people got bail money, so we Gucci then. We Gucci. I said double R. Hey, yeah, we lit, man. No, it's a liquor store. So yeah, Tyler said facts, Henny. We don't want no damn tight end or quarterback in the first round. It makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all sold me Oh, Jake Ferguson and Peyton Hendershot be in the future. Y'all talk to me. Y'all telling me how Travis Kelsey gave Ferguson his seal of approval. He said he was the tight end that was the most like him in the National Football League. Y'all, that what y'all told me. So we got Baby Kelsey on the team. Why use pick number 26 to get another tight end? Y'all told me that he was Baby Kelsey. So shit, nah, I don't want to get no tight end, especially not with the track record. You know, like it's getting to the point where tight ends should be just like kickers. You should not draft a kicker in the first round or the second round or the third round. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I started to feel like that with tight ends. You should wait to the fourth. You should wait to about the fourth round draft a tight end. Because look, Mark Andrews was a third round pick. Uh, Kittle was a fifth round pick. Jason Witten was a third round pick. Dalton Schultz, even though I know y'all didn't like him, but he was a fourth round pick and was productive. Shit, Dwayne Brown said Dak made our tight ends. Hell, if that's the case, let him make another one, right? And you know, from the 208, man, it's the thing. If he made our tight ends, just let him make another one. You know, a lot of y'all pointed out that he helped Blake Jarwin get paid. Dalton Schultz got that $10 million guaranteed deal on their franchise tag because of how he played with Dak Prescott. So she let him duplicate their success with the guys we got. But I would not go out the way to put premium, premium draft picks towards a damn tight end. Said, or at least the version of the West Coast offense we're going to be running is definitely going to need two tight ends. Brian Schottenheimer likes to run power run formations, and then the West Coast concepts generally come off of the play action behind it. It's a similar concept to what you see in LA with the Rams, but instead of the stretch run play, he uses a lot of power. Uses a lot of power runs. But yes, you definitely, because he's going to be very run oriented, you're definitely going to need two tight ends. You may not need two tight ends in the passing game, but you definitely need two tight ends who can block, handle their assignments, and they occasionally leak out and make a play for you. Oh yeah, we're not gonna take anything away from Schultz. Like you said, he was productive. I know you're not. I know you weren't the biggest fan, but he's gone now. So he's gone now, so we ain't got to worry about it. And then time will tell, right? We will see this year if Dalton Schultz was a product of our system and Dak Prescott. He said, I want Dak to get his tight end, but man, not this way. Man, I'm sure. And when the hell did this boy get a first round grade? You know what I'm saying? Mayers. Yeah, when did Michael Mayers get a first round grade? Let me see something. NFL Draft Buzz. Well, shit, he do got a mid first round grade on him. I guess I wasn't paying attention. All right. Well, just in case they do something stupid and try and draft this boy, let's take a quick look at him. Let's take a quick look at him, man. I hope they don't pick. I hope they don't pick the boy, but let's just take a look. Whatever. So this is him. This is Michael Mayer, 6'4", 249, ran a 4.7 at the combine. Had 67 receptions, 809 yards, 9 receiving touchdowns, 12.1 yards a catch. All right. He has a mid first round pick grade. So if they have him as the number 18 overall player. So this side has him as the best tight end in the draft. So, it might be a possibility he's not even there. So let's take a look. So this is his strengths. It said Mayer fights his way off the line of scrimmage against press coverage, showing quick, violent hands and good balance. Mayer plays with the smoothness and balance, and Mayer shows a knack for setting up defensive backs. Okay, so far so good. All right, good quickness off the snap. Has good speed for the position to attack the seam. Shows bursts out of his breaks to gain separation. Knee bend and technique are good, and he shows decent power when his hands hit the target. Has the burst off the snap to split out wide in the NFL. And as front office pointed out, like sometimes you do want a tight end to split out in the West Coast offense. He is the best blocking tight end in this year's class. So if you're wondering, this will be the guy that fits that bill. He has soft hands and excellent ball skills. Effortlessly catches the football away from his frame. Mayer releases from inline alignments effectively. He has a well-rounded set of tools as a pass catcher. Possesses mismatch size and is adept at going up to make contested catches. He high points the ball well and has strong hands to control the ball while getting hit. Mayer has a nose for the end zone and should be an asset in the red zone. He has a nice feel as a route runner and knows how to separate. So they had a lot of growing things to say about him as a prospect. They have a bunch of growing things to say about him. Front office says he's robotic. Well, I think you might be right because we're gonna keep reading because we got to go to the negatives. Athletic profile limiting factor. He lacks runaway athlete speed. Well, so I guess that's the nail on the head, right? You said he's robotic. He doesn't move well. Doesn't seem like he does. Nightmare to fight at catch point. Functional strength is good but not dominant. He's a good blocker, but not always clean. Not likely to win with foot races with defensive backs. He does not have an expansive route tree. They compare him to Mark Andrews. So listen, that's who they like. That's the draft profile on the boy. You already know that I'm not team tight end. I do not want them to use a first round pick to draft no damn tight end. I don't understand. Huh. I thought I lost y'all for a second. My stream down there went down. We just have bigger needs on offense than tight end right now. Our offensive line starting to fall apart. Yeah, I definitely would prefer an offensive lineman over a tight end. And if you're gonna take a weapon, take a wide receiver. They have a tendency of panning out better. So you have wide receivers there with first round grades. I would take them over a tight end. You know what I mean? If you're gonna get a pass catcher, get a dominant pass catcher. So I don't get it. It would be a mistake, in my opinion, for the Dallas Cowboys to take a tight end. And listen, if they do mess around and take a tight end, I'm going to be the same guy over here trying to find the silver lining in the thundercloud. Right? Sometimes you got to turn sugar. Sometimes you got to turn shit to sugar. You got to make lemonades out of lemons, man. So they do end up drafting a tight end. We're going to do a deep analysis on it to try and find, the positives about it. I agree with you on that, Gibbs. Like, I'm in front office. Gibbs is definitely a playmaker, home run threat, can run routes. And as for the running backs, he's the best route runner. I think he runs routes better than some of these wide receivers do. And that is not hyperbole. Like, I definitely do believe that. So, yes, I do like Gibbs as a prospect. Yeah, I'd be pissed too. But, we listen, when the front office do stupid things or things we don't understand, we have to try to remain positive and try and find good things about it. And if there's no good things about it, then like shit, we'll get on here and say so. You know what I mean? So let's pray, like I said, let's pray the opposite prayer. Let's pray they don't draft no damn tight end. But yo, man, I appreciate y'all, man, for rocking with your boy. I've been on here for about an hour and 30. I thank y'all for taking time out your busy schedules to come to the liquor store and get drunk with me on this content. Again, if you haven't already shared, hit the share button, hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. And again, if you want to participate in the raffle, you send $5 to $Hennythemoor. It'll get you an entry and you can win a Dallas Cowboy jersey of your choosing if you win. So, if you win, I'll get in contact with you. I just need to get your size, the player you want, and your mailing address so I can get it to you. So, you want to participate in the raffle, do so. I'm taking donations for the raffle up until the 25th. And then, I will make the drawing on that day. So, I appreciate y'all for supporting. Remember, I always tell y'all to drink and drive responsibly. But if you see an Eagles fan in the middle of the road, you do have my permission to run their goofy ass over. Much love. I appreciate y'all, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.